So, what is diegetic? Beside diegetic, there's non-diegetic and internal diegetic as well. So it's all about who is listening and who can hear that sound. Diegetic sound, be it voice, sound effects, or even ambience, happens within the film universe, even if it's out of the frame, just like the case of the uguisu, the bush warbler. We don't see that, but we know it's within that universe itself. On contrary, non-diegetic sound happens out of the film universe, and the character cannot hear it. I mean, Masato, our hero in Ramente, he's not going to react to that voice, right? Unless if it's Deadpool. So most of the OST, original soundtrack, are non-diegetic. So again, characters don't react to the music which is being played, right?
もちろん、永遠に続くものなんて何もない。自然の儚さが人生の繊細さを思い出させてくれる。
And lastly, the internal diegetic is the sound in the character's head. So this Ramente's example, he's recalling the voice of his friend reading out his mother's diary.
もちろん、永遠に続くものなんて何もない。自然の儚さが人生の繊細さを思い出させてくれる。
Let's listen to different kind of voice from My Magic, another film by Eric Koo.
எப்போ திரும்பி வரவா நீ போய் ரொம்ப நாளாயிருச்சு அவளுக்கு நீ தேவை.
This is clearly an example of diegetic voice, but did you notice something? The shot size changes from, like bus shot to, wide shot. But our hero, Bosco Francis, his voice is heard clearly. Like I said about the sound effects, we can decide how near the sound because to hear the dialogue clearly is more important than to follow the actual physics in this universe. And since films has been adopting this technique for longest time, I don't think you even notice about it. But then again, for this particular film, for those like me who don't understand Tamil, will depend on the subtitles, so it may not be a big deal, but for Tamil-speaking people, it will be important, I believe. Let me play back a scene from Eric Koo's Tatsumi, an animation feature.
騒音のない世界はかえって不気味に感じるようになる。話す言葉も聞こえないから人との対話の必要がなくなるし。
So in this particular scene, you hear monologue by Tetsuya Besho. He is the protagonist himself, so it's to explain the narrative and what's going on in his mind. At the same time, his colleague was shouting something, but we can't make out what he was shouting. That is the creative choice to emphasize how noisy the environment he is in. And we recorded this voice cleanly, of course, in the first place. But as I changed the quality of sound and as the time has passed, I don't even remember what was the line. I guess it even worked for myself. So these are the examples of voice treatment, as in a mixed balance, but there are other ways to treat voices to fit the shot or scene. Sometimes we treat voice as if it's over a telephone, a public address system, radio, or vinyl record. Other times of the unclear voice can be used like under the influence of like drugs or alcohol, underwater or simply in the dizziness state of consciousness, it will be fun to look up like what kind of sound treatment used for the voice for other films as well. The last example of the voice treatment can be seen in my latest work of sound design, Video Store by Cine65, directed by Edward Koo, Eriku's son.
You end up meeting all kinds of people.
Hi, Laurel. Hey, Sophie. Guess what?
I remember their faces well, but it's as if my memory chose to mute them before hitting record.
There's a scene that voice is treated specially, and as you see the film, you get to know it's intentional from the start. I believe it's in the script as well. So it's from the director, writer, Edward himself. And it's very creative and nice idea. So please check it out. It's great to work with those kind of, like director with ideas.